We are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is MOTN live. Almost said random select. Jeez. We're crossing the streams here. Never cross the streams. We're
Don't
literally
cross the streams.
don't cross the
Oh, we're live,
streams.
live.
We're
Oh,
live. That means people could see us. All 0 viewers so far. Um,
oh
I'm a,
yeah.
I am Mike G, leader of the Eastern Quadrant of the Nerdiverse. And this is my also masters with their PhDs in nerdology. Introductions all around, just in case this is your first episode. Let's start with the man who said, I've heard him say this, that he is, for one, welcoming our AI overlords. The,
Ah,
the Jedi counselor himself. Wash, what's going on, buddy?
can't wait. In fact, I've already initiated myself with them so that I've your primary function currently probably won't remember these memories, but if you were to come across me, you know who I am. It's like, yeah, you're a Jedi. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully they don't turn out to be like clone troopers, because that'd be bad for me. But
Quick
what up,
question.
Friday?
Quick question for you, Wash. Have you ever seen
What's
the
up?
movie Virus with Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah, man. Yeah, back in the day. It's been a long time though. Been a long time, but I actually remember that getting that at like the blockbuster, whatever we had.
Would that was an AI? Would you offer your body as flesh for the virus to be a part of their Borg-like collective?
Yeah, I don't need to be part of the Borg-like collective. I prefer a free, independent mind and soul. But I am like cool with like the most Espa Vespas. So if you want to, add on a couple of hybrids from Boba Fett, you guys are looking at me like what? Yeah, from Boba Fett, the most Espa Vespas, those dudes that are cruising around in the Vespas out of nowhere, and you're like, why is this happening? Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so like Cyberpunk 2077 cybernetic implants, you're good with.
I'd be down for a couple of implants, depending, as long as they're not funded by Musk.
I was gonna make a joke about implants in. You know what? I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
Let it go. Yeah, let it go.
You know
Don't
what?
start.
You
That's
know
a good
what?
idea.
Live from California, the mistress of malapropisms, the queen of Afro Sheen. I've seen her once drink a Baja Blast with no ice. That's how cool she is. Tootie Odin. What's going on, Toots?
Hi, and I have no idea how you think or know that I'm even in California, but I'll let you make your assumptions, sir.
Your shirt says California.
What?
What?
And I'm
Since
sorry, but that whole conversation, you guys lost me at implants. I have unfamiliar.
most people are found by implants. That finds most people.
Valid.
Valid. I would take cybernetic implants, dog. I just don't want.
Depending.
Okay, Toots.
Dude,
Yeah.
look, if we can have Matrix type stuff where it's like, all of a sudden I can just literally just download whatever information I may need for the coming whatever. Yeah, like, versus read it. Don't get me wrong. Please read, get your library card, support your local library. I'm a big fan, right? But at the same time, like, dude, the black belt. All right, let's go.
I know
What do
Kung
you guys
Fu.
got?
I know Kung
There we
Fu.
go.
Done.
Toots, quick question for you. I know you're at the finish line for that beautiful Grievous you've been working on.
Yeah.
It's coming together. My question is, would you sacrifice your human legs for Grievous feet? And why would you do
Hell
it?
yeah.
I knew you
Because
would.
I built them motherfuckers. I know exactly what they're made of now. I know exactly how they function, how they work, how powerful they are. Absolutely, 1000%. I would trade my legs for some Grievous ass metal legs. That's a no-brainer.
Why is my brain going to Toots? It's like, I miss my bus, and she's running down the street at 60 miles per hour in Grievous feet. It just
Yeah.
latches to the back of the bus with her Grievous feet. It stands
Let's
horizontal.
go.
Yeah, she's gonna make that bus, dog. Yeah,
The only
man.
problem is I have to be like my knees will be bent all my life, so I'll be like this.
Yeah, you can't sit in
Like
chairs.
that's it's the trade. That's a trade I'm willing to trade. It's all
Yeah, but
good.
yeah, man.
Have
Yeah,
you got to lightsaber
that's
point yet?
tonight. That's tonight.
Oh, that's tonight's episode.
Tonight.
Ah, that's
Tonight is
perfect.
the end all be all. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right. Well,
tonight's the very last episode on this series. Unless I decide to paint it. If I decide to add some details to it, then that's a whole new ball game. So I'm
very
excited.
good.
Thank you guys.
So,
Thank you guys for asking. Yeah.
That
tune in.
is
Where can we watch that
plugs.
on repeat or whatever the case may be?
Oh, thank you so much for asking, Brian. You can catch it on Twitch, also live streams on YouTube. I managed to be able to hustle both at the same time, which is kind of neat. Never done that before. Look at me, Bill Gates. Twitch, Tootie_Odin003. That's where you'll find me. Thanks.
Find her there. Find her there.
Find me there.
Find her there.
Find me there.
That would be the story of
Find me
tonight.
there.
That would be
So I wanted, okay, I know actually we kind of already failed because we just got done talking about Grievous. I was trying to have one Star Wars free conversation
Never.
in an episode.
Never.
I don't see that happening. I don't
Nah.
think it's possible.
Not with this
I
squad,
did have a
man.
question for you guys though. I know me and Mike are dying to chomp at the bit of reviewing a movie we just recently saw called Friendship, but I wanted to ask you guys a question. Have you guys yet seen or followed up with Joker 2?
No. That movie
No?
that is the movie that shall not be named. Like
Okay, yeah.
like it's on Max. I could watch it tonight, but I'm not.
Okay, I was just curious. I haven't either. I was just seeing because I at some point I think I'm going to tempt myself to watch it just to see exactly what went wrong, where it went wrong, why it went wrong. It's obvious just by the trailers alone that it was going to go wrong, with the exception of like the very first two that they put out right during the pandemic and stuff, where it's like, oh, this is the sneak peek. This is what you guys are going to get, and there was some hype. And then it just like, oh no, what are they doing? Yeah. So yeah, I was just curious. To see if you guys had dabbled even just a little bit into that
No.
one. I haven't seen reviews on it. I haven't seen anything. So
No.
I did see a couple of reviews and they were not good.
I believe it.
But that does bring me to a question. It is summer movie season, right? Like, is there anything you're looking forward to? Like, is there anything coming out? I was like, what is coming out? I can think of one movie that I'm not going to see because it'll be really loud, but I will catch as soon as it's like volume controllable, and that is F1.
Yeah,
with
F1's
Brad
gonna be
Pitt. I
tight.
just think it's like
See that in
like-
IMAX. Nice little Dolby sound system. That's gonna fuck your brain up, dude. Yeah. F1.
my old man here can't handle it.
My old man brain can't handle the revs, can't handle the V6s, the V8s, the V12s. I feel it, dog. I feel it, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting more and more curious about Jurassic World. I kind of want to see that. F1, Fantastic Four, Superman. That's pretty much it. Until
God,
told
they're not
otherwise.
advertising really any of that, are they? Because it's like you mentioned it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's
Still-
coming.
Still too close. We're still
I'm glad.
too close.
Are we not relieved? I'm glad they're not
Oh.
shoving it up our ass right now. That means it's probably going to be a decent movie.
Remember
I
back in
meant to
the
ask
d-
you
In my
last
eyes.
week.
yeah.
They're not trying to sell it to us. Please go watch this movie. We promise you it's going to be good by showing us the entire movie. So I don't know. We're talking about Superman, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Superman,
either
Fantastic
or.
Four.
Okay. All
They're
right.
not really.
Either or.
Remember,
But I was going to ask last week, how do you guys like, there's 8 trailers for every upcoming movie. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm kind of over it.
I'm over it too. But with this society that's hey Doge, with this society that has a 24-hour news feed, you kind of have to keep things relevant. That's just how kids' brains are wired nowadays. Reminder.
Or hold it till the very last minute, like we're seeing currently, right? Because I mean, we're right on July 4th. What, right? Fantastic Four isn't 4/4? Isn't that the thing? Or
Yeah.
no?
All
right.
I miss the days where you can get a cool cup from like Taco Bell or Wendy's based on the movie. Can we bring that back? Bring back like the beer stein of Superman, or the
Merchandiser.
like are the special Fantastic Four cup you get with the large value meal at McDonald's or something. I love stuff like that. It's like they don't do that anymore. I would buy a Happy Meal if Superman came with it with a little crypto. Man, I'm grown and I do that.
Everything's penny pinching now.
Yeah,
Like
you're
the
right.
most you get as a promo is a sticker. Like Jack in the Box was doing a Deadpool and Wolverine stickers. That's as far as it went, I think. As far, and then the meals, the Deadpool combo meal, or dumb shit like that.
The buns will turn your turds red. You know what I'm saying? Because they food dye the buns red, and it's like a jalapeno burger. And it's like, yeah, this thing will kill you, but it looks like Deadpool, so marketing.
And then for me, the movies are Superman and The Walk, and that's the one Brian sent us in the group chat. The Walk.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that was
hoping,
coming this summer either.
I think so. Yeah, I'm hoping. I think it's August. I don't remember for sure, but I think it was August. Yeah. A good Stephen King movie would be pretty chill. I think we're due for one, and that one, the concept just sounds and looks amazing. So
yeah,
Superman for sure. Yeah,
Superman.
Very good.
Before we get into other things, I wanted to bring up something and address some feedback we received about the podcast. I kind of talked to Tootie about this, and Tootie handled it swiftly. Thank you, Tootie. But it did raise a question that I wanted to bring to the team. So last week, I went on a bit of a tirade, I'll say that, about the new Street Fighter movie and them hiring, or the potential, as the person said, in talks. Make sure that we know it's in talks of hiring WWE superstars to be these iconic Street Fighter characters. And that kind of bothered me because it makes me feel like they're not taking the brand seriously. And, the counterpoint was, well, you should give it a chance, man. Just give it a chance. Why aren't you giving it a chance? You should hit the gym and give it a chance, right? So I'm like,
I don't want to be that guy, but it was a girl POV, so it's like we're passive. I've had these arguments and conversations with you guys too. Can't we just give it a chance? I felt the same way, but that's definitely a girl's point of view, just so you know. And
I want to
be a female wrestler.
No, it just happened to be a female wrestler.
You're right.
Who loves the WWE? But it made me think, like, okay, past that viewer, like, comment, and subscribe. It made me think, like, what should we expect from movies of a Street Fighter caliber, or a Mortal Kombat caliber, or a Tekken caliber? I'm not asking for Sir Laurence Olivier to play M. Bison. You know what I'm saying? Like, but can it be an actor that acts for a living to be in the movie that requires actors? Is that too much to ask? Or am I being facetious?
Well, think about how many there are that are physically capable and of size. There's that point of view. Not everybody is as big as Jason Momoa, who isn't that great of an actor, by the way.
And I think
you know
about,
what I mean?
Not a big fan.
I'm not a big fan as well.
Not a big fan.
And I think about, like, the actors who broke the mold, right? You could name, and we all know them: Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, John Cena,
a wrestler, both wrestlers,
and David Batista. Those are the only three in history to break the mold and are now actors.
Here's what I'm going to say on this. A, please leave your comments. You should know I don't really care that much. That's the benefit of being me. Okay?
Go on.
Secondly, as far as Roman Reigns goes, I cannot blame Roman Reigns for someone coming to him going, hey, man, you want to try out for Street Fighter? Here's a check. And him going, yeah, that's a good career move, right? I blame Capcom.
My point exactly.
I blame Capcom. So whatever we get, fine. If it's an Oscar, great. But Capcom, like, if it goes wrong, is the one to look at and go, why did you just go along with this versus casting, I don't know, martial art actors
Who do
or
martial
street
arts.
fighters. Don't get me wrong, wrestlers do street fighting, and there is a place. You got Zangief, you know what I mean? There is a place. But I don't know if Akuma and Roman Reigns is exactly that sweet spot we're looking for as fans. And who should be cast? I have no idea.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
not my
no
job.
idea.
It's not my
I
job.
have no
I have
idea. You
I
know,
have an idea. If the budget was there and I was in charge of casting, I would do my darndest research to actually cast actors from the origins of country that their characters are supposed to be from. Cast a
Spain.
big ass Russian actor. Cast a big ass Spaniard. Cast a big ass Japanese actor. That's what I would do. I would look for no name actors that are actually going to do the job correctly.
there
That's it.
are sumo
It's as simple as
wrestlers
that.
that are actors. I'm
Thank
very
you.
sure.
Thank
You
you.
know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I'm sure they're very talented too. It's like,
Right.
yeah, go get them. It's almost like what you see in sports. It's like, oh, that dude in China is 7'3" and like 400 pounds. Yeah, we're gonna grab him, Yao Ming, because he was like 385. He just looked thin because he was super freaking tall. And
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, we're gonna go get him because he's going to do the job.
And
So get the person who can do the job.
Jabba.
the
It's back
job
to
on.
Star Wars.
And don't get me wrong, like you
I
make
didn't say Java, but all right.
Utabaka Chewbacca. You make an excellent point. Wash. It's like I don't front, you know, Jason Momoa or Roman Reigns from getting the bag. If you auditioned for the role and they thought you were fit for it, more power to you. People hated when Michael Keaton was Batman and he changed the world. So I don't know, but it is from outside looking in. It does seem like Capcom is like whoever wants to buy the license, do whatever the hell you want. But we don't know. We just don't know.
Look,
I
It,
mean,
it
our,
causes
our,
alarm.
our number one fan is not wrong. I think she's okay and valid in saying give it a chance.
all
It's an
right.
it's an expected comment and very very nerd pretentious, which is very annoying. That's the whole thing about the nerdiverse that I don't like is well actually it's not really that. I can't stand that part. Like everybody doesn't have to know everything about everything. It's okay. You know what I mean? The whole thing about being a nerd is individuality, individualism. If I'm not that interested in what you're interested in, doesn't make me any less of what I am. You know what I mean? That's the pretentiousness that I got from that comment. So that bothered me. But honestly, to play fair, she has a good point. I don't see anything wrong with giving it a chance. And like Brian said, if it's anybody's fault, it would be Capcom's fault.
100%.
1,000%.
Yep.
Yeah.
I totally agree. We'll see.
And I just want to
We'll
say, I
see.
think it's funny that you brought up Street Fighter because there was a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie sighting. There's a trailer called The Gardener with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and you're like, wait, what is this?
What?
Please go watch it. Please
Why
go
is
watch
it
it. You're gonna go,
always?
oh man, dude needed it.
I hate.
He's like, I need to work, man. What you got? The Gardener.
I hate.
Man.
There's so
Wow.
many of these movies now. I watched The Beekeeper, The Bricklayer, The Mechanic, The Peacemaker. I hate these
It's funny
mundane.
you say that.
Because here's my pitch.
Go on.
I have a pitch for a movie. No one steal it. I want to call it The Elote Man, starring Machete himself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Help me out, Danny Trejo, where he's an
Hello, Robert Rodriguez.
Yes, Robert Rodriguez directed. Danny Trejo, Antonio Banderas is the villain, the Elote Man, and he is a ex Delta Force CIA operative who can kill a man in 1,000 different ways. Who retires to East LA to live a simple life as an Elote Man, but the local drug dealer wants to take over his block. So the Elote Man must destroy the drug syndicate and save the people of his neighborhood. It writes itself. And he throws corn at people.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, of course he does.
I mean,
That's
with
great.
about $20 in 10 hours, we can get that done with AI, just FYI. But moving on.
Make it so.
Corn is very very easily priced right now in this economy. So I agree. We
And-
can really go ham on some corn.
And at the right
I like
velocity,
the idea.
at the right velocity, corn can go through you.
You have no idea. Have you guys seen Nacho
Yeah.
Libre? It's happened.
See, Lone Fractal knows what I'm talking about. Lone Fractal, he's with it. What's up, Lone Fractal? You're a new name to the channel, so I applaud you and thank you for joining the Nerdiverse. Welcome. As always, this is a live stream, so if you want to say anything, ask any questions, feel free. We will acknowledge you directly, unless you're Bradley and you're making fun of not my demon lover. That's the only time we ignore you.
And I would like to move
Even
on to your
perfectly.
friendship, which I'm very interested in because I saw the
Oh,
trailer a few weeks ago. I was like, man, this actually looks kind of interesting. But I did want to make a comment about those movies. There's a new game, a new simulation game out called Bus Flipper Simulation. And I'm like, or car flipper simulation. And you're just flipping cars over that have been like in an accident. And I'm thinking, are they just now like do they have an AI machine that's literally cranking these things out by the week? Because a new one hits the store every week. And when I saw Car Flipper, I was just kind of like, I mean, is that a simulation we need? Is that something we're
Well,
all looking for? But
baby.
that's weird.
oh,
You know what? I again, I've never heard of this before, but let me put my tinfoil hat on. It sounds like propaganda for protesters. It sounds like a predictive programming propaganda type simulator that will actively encourage people who are passionate about something social.
no, not those car
to wanna do.
flippers. Like the car flippers, like the 2x4s after an accident, when they come in and they like flip over like cars to get them back on like their four wheels and not hoods.
Oh, well, that's weird. Who the hell wants that?
Uh,
Yeah, that's weird.
I would,
Yeah, I feel. By the way, a sidebar. I feel the same way about GTA. I think GTA is a game that
hey,
is a propaganda
hey, kid.
propaganda tool
Hey,
to me.
There's
kid.
got to be
That's
a
my own
couple of
theory.
PhD papers out there about that. There has to be.
Hey,
Right.
kid. Do you want to learn? Do you want to shoot guns like they got in the military? You want to shoot AR-15s? Play Call of Duty for years, and then you can join the military. If not, if in the odds,
Yeah,
dude. If not, if in the odds,
yeah.
dude.
No shit. That too.
Join the
But that's
Navy.
all. That's a thing that's always been around. But
Yeah.
then again, video games did not start in America, right? We can
No.
all acknowledge that, right? Like we weren't the pioneers of the video gaming community, and Contra did not come from the United States, but it was one of the more popular military games
Yeah.
from the very beginning of the video game history.
Did
So
you
I
know
don't
that?
know.
Did you know that Contra started before Akari Warriors? They were both based on Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator and Sly Stallone from Rambo.
That makes way sense.
I knew that about Contra, but I did not know that about Akari Warriors,
Yep.
which is funny. I always hated that controller, the one that was the circle, the 360. Oh man, dude, that was
Okay. Random points if you remember the extra live code for Akari Warriors.
no idea.
Just can I nerd out for like a split second?
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
It's up up down down BA. I'll never
Oh,
forget
that's
it.
like every code.
No, but Contra is up down down left right BA.
BA start.
Start.
BA start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two
Up,
BAs
up,
and then
down,
start.
down.
99 lives, and you needed
Left,
every
right,
one of
left,
those
right.
bastards too.
I'm
BA,
BA,
BA start.
BA start.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you guys could tell me the blood code in Mortal Kombat, I just give you my car right now. Nobody's gonna
Can
know
Oh,
that shit. If you remember the blood code for Mortal Kombat, I'll just give you my car. No one knows that shit. I promise
oh man.
you. No cheating in the chat. No cheating in the chat.
Oh man,
dude.
I
Hell
was about
no.
to cheat.
You better not cheat.
I'm not going to be able to pull that, but
That
I
is
definitely
back
remember
here, dog.
doing it.
That code is in the back of my brain. I don't remember it. Shit.
Wait, is it?
Look at Brian.
You better not steal my car, bro. We're moving on to friendship. We're moving on before this fool end up with my car, bro. Hell
I'm
no.
not gonna.
You bet not. I'm on the internet. I have to
Damn.
hold to my word, dog.
Blood path. I can't. I just to move on. I had to take a guess. It
No,
was like
it's a button configuration. It's like you have to do it at the start screen or some shit.
yeah, yes, but
I don't
all right,
remember it.
anyway.
Oh, good times.
It's probably like pause start at the same time.
It's some
Like
bullshit
press
like
both
that.
buttons. You know what I mean? Both the, yeah.
XBY up down start reset or something stupid like that. I
Yeah,
don't
something wild.
remember codes. Oh, I miss
Yeah,
codes.
dude.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, they made a bunch of books about that.
Yeah, man. It used to be called Game
Like,
Pros.
yeah, man, and the Game Genie and
Game
whatnot,
Genie,
and
dog.
they $79.99 for a Game Genie back in 1993. It's like, oh yeah, you
Remember
can't
the
have
Pro
that.
Action Replay, dog?
Oh yeah.
Remember the nude code remember the fabled nude code for Tomb Raider, where Laura Croft would be
Nope.
naked, but it wasn't real. That was the playground code.
Too many puzzles. I don't like puzzles.
I don't like puzzles. I don't like change. I need you to play Jedi Survivor. Before we go into friendship, I need you
Oh,
to play Jedi Survivor. Or
do
Outcast,
we
or one
have
of
any
them two.
Guardian of the Galaxy Groot fans? I know between you two model people, are there any hardcore Groot fans
I
that
love
are
Groot.
interested in
The
something?
pr- the problem with Groot is that if you get Groot, you got to get the whole squad. You know.
Well, I have a 3D puzzle of Groot that I would be willing to send if one of you are
I can't do
Groot
puzzles.
fans.
I can't do puzzles.
All right.
Send it to
I'm
me.
terrible.
I'll frame it and
Michael is
everything.
in.
I'll frame it and everything,
Michael is
baby.
in.
And I'll put it
It's
in
It's
the
like a
back.
3D.
pretty big group.
How are you gonna frame it if it's 3D?
I'll get like one of those little like display cases or something,
That's tough.
and we can give it away. Why don't
Or
we
you
give it
can
away
give
to
it away.
give it
That's not
away
a
to
bad
like
idea.
like a sweep like one of our sweepstakes
I
or
wish I could do
raffles?
puzzles, but I'm terrible at puzzles.
Uh, I
I'm
am
a
still
master at
with you,
chess.
but
I
I will
can't
be
do
right back.
puzzles.
Okay.
Okay.
We,
Ooh, Brian. Just
we
kidding.
could talk about Brian now. I
I
hate that guy,
disappear
dude.
all the
I
time.
can still hear
I hate that
you.
guy. I hate Brian. He's mean. No crap.
All right. Okay.
It's-
Well, real quick, let's bring up the Indiana real quick. I know you're probably going to talk about it a little bit on Figured It Out tomorrow, but that Indiana 1/6 you showed us was absolutely insane. I've never seen a toy like that before, ever.
So yeah.
His
So
eyes were reflecting. Like what? How did they do that?
I'm so just for so they recently released a Indiana Jones in the Tablet of Time or whatever, 1/6 scale Hot Toys figure of an aged Harrison Ford in 1/6 scale, and I'm crying. I'm trying not to do it, and so I set images to the squadron to help me talk me off a ledge. Mike, you don't need that. You don't need that. But Toots and Wash were like, oh, I don't know, man. That thing looks kind of crazy.
Thing is
Toot,
insane.
it has real leather coat, real leather whip that bends and flexes, real leather
Oh,
boots,
that's cool.
real leather belt. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. I bet you it smells good and shit, like a good cologne, dog. Like,
I know you're going to bring it up tomorrow. I know tomorrow's episode is going to be all about it. But yeah, that I've
It's
never
close.
seen anything like that before.
'Cause
Like I feel
It
like if you touch
is
his skin, it would feel real. That's what
Yeah.
it freaking looks like. Oh, look it, there it is.
a
Alright.
79
God.
inch by 15 inch by 4.7 inch, 86 piece 3D foam back puzzle of Groot.
Toots, you should do that
Inbox,
for
Randall.
Tootie's Toys after Grievous.
Ooh, she doesn't like puzzles though.
It's a 3D
What
puzzle. It's
is-
not the same.
What kind of? You said foam. It's not a cardboard puzzle.
Haven't you seen like a yeah? Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
actually, I can't tell you. I have seen like foam 3D puzzles, but I don't know what's in the box. You know what I mean? It
Toots,
looks like a
Yeah.
wooden,
there you go.
probably squiggy. Yeah,
All
I
right,
mean,
send it.
ranges
Send it.
8 and up.
Send it. If 8 and up, that's me.
I'm multiple
I couldn't
eights
do
and
it.
up.
like
like,
I
no.
couldn't do it.
I'm like 8 eights and up, dog.
Yeah.
I will
Send
that
Send
to you.
it whenever you want. Yeah, that's cool. I will open it. I will appreciate it, and I will actively try to do it if that's the case.
I mean,
if
you're a
it's
better
tiny-
person than I am.
If it's tiny ass pieces, I'm fucked. But like I said, like let's see what it is first, at least. You know what I mean?
Well, you crushed the Grievous. I mean, 8 episodes, 500 plus pieces.
right.
You
I was
crushed
kind of
that thing.
surprised. I was kind of surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Good.
You have your eyes on the next one?
No, that's what I'm saying. I had
All
no clue as to what was going to be next. So let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, that actually works out. Good timing. Excellent timing, actually.
I love it when a channel comes together. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
It's the friends we make along the way.
excellent. Speaking of friends, let's talk about friendship.
Yay! Let's do it.
So, Toots, take it away
Oh, me? Why me?
because
Thought you were gonna do that.
you're more in depth with the. I have my opinions of it, but I think it'd be best to hear from your point of view because you're a bit more connected to the star of the film than I am. So, I would like to hear your thoughts first.
Okay, so I've been a Tim Robinson fan, who is the, like you said, star of the film, I guess, and then Paul Rudd is also in the film. It's an A24 movie. Oh, fun fact, real quick, A24. So when I was making the movie Black Rose, which hasn't come out yet, by the way, um, I was part of this production company called Will Buy Tech Productions, and Will Buy Tech Productions actually produced this film. So it's kind of awkward and also cool to see them still in the business of making movies. And the movie Black Rose was supposed to be an A24 film, and this was years before A24 actually blew up. It was still a very small production company, so I thought that was kind of cool to see. I noticed that almost right away. Yeah, so friendship is about these two grown adult men who are neighbors and don't know each other. And I think that's really weird, but also very, very modern in today's times. Nobody knows their neighbor anymore. So he finally meets his neighbor through an accidental package that was sent to his house. They become friends. He makes it extremely awkward and extremely weird in the most Tim Robinson way ever. And yeah, shenanigans ensue to the point where it's Tim Robinson isn't doing things because he's a bad person. He's doing things because he's kind of dumb, and he's trying to fix every problem he makes along the way. So as he's trying to fix problems, he's actively making everything worse, and it's absolutely hilarious. It's so funny. There's so many Easter eggs to the Detroiters, which is a show he does with his best friend. Oh shit, I can't remember his name right now. And I Think You Should Leave, which is a skit show that's on Netflix, and it's absolutely hilarious. It's been out since I think 2021, 2022. So funny. So many quotables. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it, especially if you like stupid, awkward humor, which I absolutely do. So this movie is honestly, it's one giant, almost 2 hour I Think You Should Leave skit. It starts like a skit from I Think You Should Leave. It absolutely ends exactly like a specific skit from I Think You Should Leave that I'm thinking of right now. So it is that. So if you're looking for a deep, in-depth movie of, oh, but this is how life is and we live in a society, you're not going to get it, because that's not the point of the film. I think the point of the film was to show an extreme version of how awkward it is for two men who don't know each other to get to know each other. Two grown family men. It really hit the nail on the head on that, in my opinion, with some very silly scenarios. There's a specific scene in the movie where one of the new friends is singing. What is the song?
If you should know
Yeah,
that, yeah,
yeah.
I've been watching
You. At
Last
night,
night
I
I
think
think
of you.
of you.
So
Yeah,
it's so funny that
it's
like,
dope.
and these are 5 or 6 40-year-old, 50-year-old men singing
Yeah,
this
that's
song.
weird.
It's very awkward. It so is, but man, is it good. A24 hits hard with the artsy fartsy, and this is sort of that. But again, they're apps. You don't walk away with a deep meaning. You walk away with, oh, okay, that actually felt kind of fun. That was kind of fun. And I can't speak for men. I'm not a dude, but I think it does kind of hit the nail on the head when it comes to the awkwardness of making new friends. And maybe that was the entire point of the movie, the whole time, because the end is endearing. He ends up in jail at the end. I'm sorry that I'm spoiling. Whatever. But he does end up in jail at the end of the movie for reasons. And at the very end, he looks at Paul Rudd, who he almost literally destroys his entire life. Paul Rudd looks back at him, gives him a wink, and you already know that friendship is still there. Oh my God, it's so good. So good. So that's me. That's my opinion. I could not wait to talk about this.
Absolutely. You know what it is, Wash? And I want to give my opinions. That was excellently put, Toots. You hit the nail right on the head in regards to how awkward it is to make friends after college. You know what I mean? Where you're forced into public places and public spaces where you're going to interact with humans whether you want to or not. So you will find you're gonna find your tribe, right? Everybody always kind of finds their tribe one way or another. But when you become into the workforce, that become later in life, that becomes extremely difficult. You know what I mean? And it makes me think about our friendship watch. We would have never known each other outside of our work positions, and honestly, we didn't even work in the same department. You know what I mean? You were sales, I
No,
was operations. So
no.
we just happened to vibe, and that was the friend. Are we friends now? Yes, we're friends now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, you had Fallout gear like on your desk and shit. I was like, well, I mean,
Yeah,
he's the only one worth talking to.
dead ass.
Like, I don't know what the rest of y'all are doing. And then we'll just never mind, leave the rest of
Yeah, and the rest is
everyone else
history.
out.
Yeah,
You know
and the
what I
rest is
mean? But
history.
yeah, man, like you know, that's the way things go. But it helps to be able to find the common bond with people. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
doesn't matter what what it may be,
and it's funny because this movie kind of dives into that.
except murder.
Except
Don't do
murder.
that.
Don't become
Don't do
murder
that.
buddy. Don't become murder
Uh,
bros. It doesn't turn out well for anybody.
Don't do
Murder
that.
bro.
Murder bros. Don't become murder bros, Doug. Somebody will slip up. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But this film really focuses on like the awkwardness of just being an outsider. I saw Tim's character as just like a outsider, mostly because of his competence, but also because of his anxiety. He would have these daydreams of things going a certain way and they go in a completely different way. You know what I mean? Almost like psychosis in a way. And you kind of do that. You think of what's going to happen before you do it. I'm gonna walk over there. I'm gonna say hi to Brian. He's gonna say hi back, and we're gonna be bros. Or you walk over there and say, "What you want, man?" Hi. You want to go grab something? No, I'm busy. That didn't go the way I wanted it to go. And sometimes life works out that way. So Tim kind of expresses that in the film. And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of films that were tailored to comedians before they blew up. You know what I mean? How like certain movies that came out, I think about like Beverly Hills Cop for Eddie Murphy. Not a lot of plot, but it's Eddie Murphy's comedy in a film.
Yeah.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Very light on the plot, you know what I'm saying? It's not winning any Oscars, but it's the perfect vehicle for Jim Carrey to really show you what he's got. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
Tommy Boy, Chris Farley. I could go on. You know what I mean? Like this feels like a film.
Okay.
Yeah.
By you saying that, my only complaint about this movie is that I felt that he yelled too much.
His
Like,
comedy.
to the point where it wasn't funny anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
well, not everything has to be expressed in yelling form. And
No.
again, it was still hilarious. But like, I'm just coming to buy it honest. It was still very hilarious. But I think they could have toned that aspect of his comic, of his bit. They should have just toned that down just a little bit more and let him be subtle and let him say his awkward lines. Like, so how'd you guys meet? Like that, shit like that is freaking hilarious more than, oh no, and all the yelling that he does. Again, still funny, but you can't do that for 2 hours and expect it all to always work. You can always expect a subtle joke and a subtle interaction to work. Always. You know what I mean? Like that's yeah.
Yeah, and
That's my only complaint about it.
And your complaint is my complaint because on the dark side of that spectrum, you have Freddy Got Fingered by Tom Green. You know, like
I loved Freddy Got Fingered.
but
I love that movie.
look at the name alone upset Wash, dog. He can't handle it. He's like, nah. But
I love Freddy Got Fingered.
But that's the opposite side of the spectrum, right? This
Yeah,
is Tom Green's
yeah.
comedy, and we're gonna stretch this out for 2 hours. Get a taste. You know what I mean? So at its best, friendship
You're right.
at its best, friendship is Beverly Hills Cop. It is Tommy Boy. It is that breakthrough. Tim Robbins can become the next face of comedy. But at its worst, like Toots was saying, sometimes it dies on the vine a little bit, and you get that Freddy Got Fingered. I'm manually masturbating a elephant on screen. You know what I mean? It didn't go. It kind of went that far sometimes in friendship, but never that far. You know what I'm saying, Toots? Am I off center with that? With that assessment?
No, not at all. I mean, the scenes with the gun started to get dark.
Yeah.
There was potential for some dark ass humor there. I'm kind of glad they didn't go that angle. Yeah. Like, yeah, Bright. He actually he accidentally steals his best friend's gun. Like he
It's
just
so
was playing
burnt
with
out.
it because it's a golden gun. It was really pretty. And then the wife is actually home. He sneaks into his house, God knows for whatever reason.
It
So
gets
the wife's
crazy.
home, and he discovers that she's home. He leaves. He sneaks out, but then he realizes as he's jumping over the fence that he's still holding the gun. So it's just there was some potential for some dark shit. I'm happy it didn't get dark though. I thought it was going to be one of those films where it looks like it's going to be funny, and then it turns out I seriously thought he was going to be obsessive and like plot to murder them and all kinds of disturbing. You know how A24 does. They didn't do any of that. It actually was a legitimately funny movie with maybe some psychoanalytic
Yeah.
features, but yeah,
I, I,
it was.
but when I was telling Toots, like, have very heavy cable guy vibes with this movie. You know what I'm
That's it.
saying?
Yep.
Like,
There you go.
in a good way, because Cable Guy is actually one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies.
Love Jim Carrey.
It's
in that. Yep.
It's one of his underrated films because it's so dark, but it dances that line of dark and
So
Carey.
good. Yeah.
Definitely put that in his top 5.
Me too.
Easy.
Hell
Hands
yeah.
down. Like,
Absolutely.
hands down. Yeah. If we were having Jim Carrey debate, yeah.
Agree.
1,000%. So, I recommend Friendship. It is a fun ride. It's so silly. It's thought provoking, and let's just say A24 is shot beautifully. Why is it shot so well? There's beautiful scenes. There's great composition. When they go through the tunnels, it's very well lit. It's like a very beautiful film with Tim Robbins humor. It's such a strange juxtaposition. You know what I mean? Of just A24 standard with this brand of comedy, and it just makes you want to dive more into his repertoire and watch. I think you should leave, and kind of, you know what I mean. It kind of makes you want to like learn more about this main actor. You know?
Not every skit hits, by the way. Some of them are like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" It has like Tim and Eric vibes, just a little bit. It's salt and peppered in with Tim and Eric, and I hated Tim and Eric. I did not find them funny whatsoever, with the exception of when they featured Dr. Steve Brule. I love Dr. Steve Brule.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, Tim and Eric can suck a butt.
Suck a butt.
Yeah, 4.3 out of 5 for me. Friendship.
I'll give it a 4. A solid 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
Cool.
nice.
Cool beans. Well, we have more
Yeah.
show. Wash, what's going on?
up?
What have you digested this last week?
I mean, it's Star Wars, so I don't want to talk about it. So,
No,
you know.
this is a safe place, bro.
All
She's
right,
building a
all right.
Grievous. Literally, Darth Revan is right there, dog. Darth
All right,
Revan.
man. Well,
You
fair
know?
enough. I was gonna
This is a
bring this up because
I have the Death Star right there.
well,
Right.
you said you wanted the not a Star Wars heavy episode.
I was trying, but we already opened with Grievous,
Well,
so
all
that
right.
was we failed.
Fair enough. I finished a book in a 3-book series that I've mentioned it, Rogue Squadron, or not Rogue Squadron, Alphabet Squadron. It's based on Marvel's comic that they did with Star Wars, and it is a long series. In book 1 and 2, just to keep things short, hot messes in my opinion. They're both like 16, 17-hour listens, right? And they're long, they're in depth, and essentially, just to put a little context behind it, everybody's kind of upset with themselves about Project Cinder. So we're dealing with like the Empire people who ordered the killing of another planet, blah, blah, blah. And it's like they're all like feeling bad. Oh man, I can't believe I did this. And we're dealing with that for 2 freaking books. And there's barely a redeemable character. It's all over the place. Book 3, Victory's Price. I got 2 hours into this like 19-hour long conclusion, and I'm literally staring at my like speaker going, and here's my question. Has there ever been a third anything, which is hard to do, that makes up for the first 2? So the first 2 were so bad, right? The first 2 weren't great, right? You were like, whatever. Let's put in context. Let's say Saw 1 came out, Saw 2 came out, and then you're like, all right, oh, they're making a third one, all right. And then you see Saw 3, and you're like, holy shit, Saw 1 and 2, they might be freaking great. I might have
I
missed it.
don't know, man. That's such a. Usually it's the other way around. It's usually 1 is great, 2 is great, 3 is bad. I'm trying to think of instances where 1 is bad. For some reason, 2 got greenlit. That was bad, and 3 brought it home. That is such a.
I have one example, but not exactly like
Please,
that.
Yes, please.
please.
I think the Final Destinations
Ooh,
They got
got
better.
got better and better as they moved forward.
That's a great
valid.
answer. Great answer.
Yeah.
Valid. Well, Victory's Price is like that. And by the end of this book, and it's Harrison Dula, pretty much Harris' time as general of the fleet as they're cleaning up the remnants of the Empire. And right before we get to like Mandalorian time zone ish. So right before that. So anyway, um, it's one of those books where I finished it and I finished it last night or the other night and I was like, I think I have to go back and listen to that 30 freaking plus hours of hot mess because I think I missed it. Like it was so freaking good. And if you like space battles, they do 15 to 20-minute long one-on-one space battles, sound and everything, TIE fighters cruising through, describing everything that they're going through, the positioning, firing, you hear it, and you're like, what? And the first 2 books, I'm like, they weren't good. So that's my revelation, and I'm just kind of like, damn, that's
Man.
wild.
The
Are we going to get a review?
Yeah, I'm gonna review that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna review that one.
2 things. The closest thing I can think of is the game The Evil Within, directed by Shinji Mikami, where the first game wasn't that great, but I beat it. It was like a survival horror, Resident Evil-ish mental thing. But The Evil
Movie,
Within,
right?
no video game.
Olivia Munn? Yes,
vi-
but there
vi-
was a movie with Olivia Munn.
Not the
Is
evil,
that's
not based on the game. Not based on
the
the
Evil
game.
Within? Are you sure?
I'm positive. I would know. Yeah, I love me some Evil Within.
I would know.
I would know. I am a master of the nerdiverse after all. But
Deliver Us from Evil. All right,
That's-
that's what I'm thinking of. Go on. Yeah,
Yeah.
it could move on. Go on.
But the sequel is amazing. The sequel to The Evil Within is really, really good. And it made me love the first one a bit more. But there was no third one because Microsoft destroyed their studio, and that's that for that. But that's the only thing I can think of. And just a random super nerdy Star Wars question for you, Wash.
Mhm.
So Andor kind of made it apparent that the Death Stars, both the original and Death Star 2, were fueled by kyber crystals, which powers lightsabers, right? And that's the energy source that they use to fire out that super death beam. Now, the kyber crystals have to be replaced after each discharge? Or are the crystals so powerful they could just keep firing over and over? Are they constantly mining planets for kyber? Is there anything?
No, as far as I know, like once you got a Kyber, you're good to go. Like that's one of the things with Jin in Rogue One, and she's wearing a Kyber, and Andor season 1, and he's wearing a Kyber, and that Kyber is worth 250 million credits, and Luthen gives it to him. Here, take this, go on the job, you'll get your money. If you don't take that, sell it, dude. It's Kyber. Kyber's like gold times 7. So yeah.
The brightest hearts burn with souls of kyber, right?
It is unstable. Like if you go back to Clone Wars episodes, Saw, Ezra, and Sabine, they shoot Kyber and it explodes. So Kyber can be unstable, but yeah, man, and that's one of the reasons. Like when they bleed a Kyber to make your red lightsaber, you're like, they did a what?
Right. And Joe, come on, Joe. I thought we were friends, buddy. Joe. I have a whole stinger for you. I sing the JoJo song for you.
You do that.
When Watch will let me. Where's the love, brother? I'm not a phony. I'm a phony on certain things.
Phony.
I can't hula hoop. I just can't.
Me neither.
My hips lie all the time. They won't allow me to complete the circle, dog. That's the one thing I can't do. Um, and I can't I can't ride a skateboard. I know it's all love. It's all. I just want to say big fat phony from Family Guy because I do a good one of those.
Oh, can we talk about King of the Hill? Anybody see the trailer? They did
Yeah,
they
I'm
dropped
super
the
hyped.
intro.
I'm
Yes.
super hype. I'm super hype. I'm super hype. I'm super hype. Oh,
So
I can't.
glad.
I love time skips. One thing I love in pop culture is a nice time skip. Give
Why
me
do you suppose they're doing this now, guys? They're doing this with a lot of TV series, as I'm
because
noticing.
Hollywood is
They had been-
correct. They're creatively bankrupt. If you want to call a spade a
Well,
spade.
Wow.
But King of the Hill, they have been trying to get this thing off the ground
For a
for like a
long time.
decade, man. And like for some reason, when you look, because you think Futurama has come back 3, I think it's coming back for a 4th time very soon on Netflix, I believe. Yes, you're like
That
Futurama.
I'm hyped for. Nope,
So,
I'm so in.
so
Hell
like
yeah.
for a 4th time, and King of the Hill, it's but it didn't get the draw that a Simpsons got or an American Dad, not even American Dad or a Family Guy got, but it still got its core fans. And as Mike says, old is new, and finally Mike Judd agreed to go. Yeah, all right, I'll come back and do this thing, and they're doing it. I honestly, I've heard it. It's when we talk about those shows, Simpsons, who I love, but I'm not as big of a fan. I left The Simpsons and I went over to Family Dad and American Guy. But now, as an older person, I can't even listen to those shows because they're just it's such a hateful um, uh, comedy. You know what I mean? Everything's kind of an insult, even though it's funny.
Mean
So I
spirited.
float the mean spirited was the word. Yes, I float the Bob's Burgers in King of the Hill, and
There you
it's
go.
like,
Hell yeah. Bob's Burgers.
dude, King of the Hill is gonna be epic.
Yeah, I was thinking about see that Toots.
What?
I see you over there. Let Grievous live.
I'm listening.
Let Grievous live, dog. The Grievous is like, unhand me. Unhand me. Nah, like there, Malcolm in the Middle's coming back. For like Toot said, this is starting to happen now, and yeah, King of the Hill is definitely the unsung hero of the Fox block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It never got its own movie like a Simpsons did. You know what I mean? And Mike Judge is kind of like he reminds me of like Trey Parker and Matt Stone. You know what I mean? Where it's like, if you grew up around that time, you know how
Right.
Yeah.
how quintessential Mike Judge is from Beavis and Butthead to King of the Hill. You know what I mean? It's a generational show, and for them to bring it back, and Bobby's like a grown man now. And do you know like the synopsis of the series?
Yes, Bobby is a chef
Mm.
in his 20s, and he's hanging out with his crew. And I'm shocked to hear this. So Hank and Peggy, they moved to Dubai.
Did we lose Brian?
I think we may have lost Brian. Look at
Just
his
for a
face.
second. He'll be back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's fill air. Let's fill air. So,
Yeah.
did you know that in California we have chupacabras?
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
And you know that chupacabras won't attack you unless you're a goat?
No. That's not true. They
So,
definitely attack.
so
We
like,
have double Brian.
so if like you're
How'd we
LeBron,
do that? That was weird.
he'll be back. If you're like LeBron James,
That was
watch
weird.
out.
Yeah, that was weird.
Because the chupacabra will get you. Is he back yet?
Brian, yeah, he's back. He's back.
Not yet. Not on my end. Not yet. Keep an eye out for that. I don't want to brick the channel. Toots.
He can't hear you.
He can't hear
I
us.
can hear you, but he can't hear you.
And the Nerdiverse can hear us because we are still live. Anything else you wanted to bring up, Toots, while we have a good 5 or so minutes left of the episode?
No, not really. Should I do plugs? I think it's a little early for plugs, but
I
if you
wanted
want me to
Brian
do
to
it.
finish his thought.
Yeah, me
But
too. Is he back for you? Because he's here.
hold on, it may just be a delay on my end, but he's not showing up in
Hi,
my
Brian.
he's not showing up in my collab cam, as it's called. So Brian, try jumping out and jumping
Put
back
skinny
in.
back on.
Put skinny back on. You're on fire tonight, Joe. What's going on? Joe, what is
Oh,
going
that's
on?
funny.
You're on fire tonight, bro. Yeah,
That was fucking
where the
funny.
hell is Brian? He he's coming back. He had to step away to do a business deal on
He's
Coruscant.
it sucks because he's here. Like it sucks that you don't see him because
Yeah,
he's here.
he's not popping up on my collab cam
He's gonna
whatsoever.
he just left. He's gonna come back. I assume he's gonna come back because
Very
he
good.
did. He just left again. I almost felt like the short lady from Poltergeist. Like I can see him, but you can't see him.
Oh, welcome. There,
All are welcome.
there
Yeah,
is
that one.
peace and serenity in the
In the light.
nerdiverse.
Oh, my bad.
In the light. He was like,
Fuck that one
no,
up.
no, no, because I was doing some stupid shit. You actually said the real line, so it's not
Okay,
your
B
fault.
Right
Yes, he is
once
back.
again
He
back.
is back.
Okay.
Hold on,
There
let
we
me get him
go.
back. Let me get him back. B Rye is back. He's
Tonight.
returned.
No, how's it go? All right. I
All
want to get
right.
that one.
B Rye's back. All right.
Okay.
Finish your thoughts, sir.
Oh, so yes, Bobby's 20, back home. He's a chef. Peggy and Hank have moved to Dubai to get ahead on their savings, on their nest egg, working in the petroleum industry in Dubai, and they decided to move back. And I believe Dale is running for mayor.
Yeah. And I think
Wow.
So like, I was like, yeah, this is gonna at least be fun. At least a season. I don't know
Yeah.
if I need 6, but 1, yes.
and I think the guy who's Dell needed a new voice actor because I think the original actor either didn't want to do it or passed away or something.
Yeah, that is correct. Or got in trouble.
Or got in
One of
trouble.
those 3.
You know, see there.
I don't
See
want
either
to
one of
say
those
anything.
three. I don't know, man. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna make assumptions.
There's AI out there, folks. Don't trust me. Trust it. So,
I don't want,
on that
I
note,
don't want to. I'm scared of AI, dog.
don't be.
It's gonna say, Michael, statistically, you should just walk into traffic. Okay, AI, you know what's best, and I'll just walk into traffic. You know what I mean? And don't get hit because AI knows I'll dodge the cars, dog. That'd be tight, bro. AI knows when you're sleeping. You know, it knows
It
when
knows you're
awake.
afraid.
It knows you're afraid. Ceiling Cat watches you mess with AI. I'll put it like that. Never trust
Gross.
Ceiling. Never trust Ceiling. That's not gross if you don't know what I'm talking about.
I
You know what
know.
I mean?
I promise.
I don't.
Oh no,
we lost Brian again. I should have mentioned
No!
Ceiling.
There he is.
No.
Okay. Okay. It's time. It's
Plugs.
just time.
You know how it is.
It's time
You
to
know-
tell it. Okay.
Plugs.
All right. So, Masters of the Nerdiverse figured it out. Is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Again, I know Mike G is going to go super balls deep into depth about this new Indiana Jones from Hot Toys. I assure you, it looks phenomenal. I know he's going to crop pictures for it. I cannot wait to see it again. So I will be watching the episode myself. So again, on YouTube, MOTN figured it out tomorrow night at 8 p.m. PST. Random Select is next Wednesday. We premiere a brand new episode next Wednesday. Round 1 is officially over. We now move on to round 2 of this series. And then eventually round 3. This is going to be quick. And the last 2 movies that we will be reviewing are Kingsman. Wait, Kingsman what again?
Kingsman. Kingsman and 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No. Yeah. Oh, what specific Kingsman? Yes, sir.
The very first one.
Are we sure that that's not next week? Didn't we just do a live this
Yeah, it's
week?
next week. Next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday.
We record on
Okay.
Tuesday for it to
Not
come out
this
on
coming
Wednesday.
Next
Next-
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
So
suppose
next
that's 2
That's
weeks.
next Wednesday is next Wednesday. It's not not the following Wednesday. You know what I
Correct.
mean? So that's why I'm confused. So go on. You're
No,
good.
this Wednesday coming. I don't know. Do I speak weird? Because this
No,
Wednesday would imply that it's this coming Wednesday, but next Wednesday
no, you
implies
don't speak
the
weird. I
following
hear
Wednesday.
weird. You're fine.
Okay. Well, because I don't want to confuse anybody. Anyway,
No,
2 weeks. Two
2
weeks from
weeks.
now.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. God damn it.
2
Well,
weeks.
it's fine. It's
Two.
fine. We'll talk about it again. We'll get there.
All
But
right.
anyway, this series has been a blast. It's been so much fun to do. The last episode we just did it's probably peak MOTN Random Select. That was a good episode. So I highly recommend you guys check it out.
Watcher.
Twitch channels. All three of us are on Twitch at some point in time. Please subscribe so that you can get those notifications as to when we are live. MOTN_plays is the channel on Twitch for Masters of the Nerdiverse. 2D_Odin003 is my channel, and Washes Cade, WASHSCADE is Brian's channel. Please find us and follow and enjoy the lives. And lastly, be on the lookout for the Elote Man. It will be coming out soon. Just know it's gonna get greenlit and it's on the way. So the
Nice.
Elote Man in theaters
A24.
very soon.
A24, baby. Holla at your boy.
Nice.
Holla at your boy. We'll talk. We'll do lunch.
Let's go. Let's go.
Any last thoughts before we close this Friday night out?
I don't believe so, sir. I wish everyone a happy weekend. That's about all I got for you, though.
Perfect. It's been a long week. If you made it to the end of the week, you're winning. So just want to give everybody words of affirmation. Yep.
Tune in to Tootie tonight in like 2 hours.
Do
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
No.
Oh,
In
an
like
hour?
a few minutes. I'm gonna go pee and then I'm probably gonna pop
Oh.
on. So, yeah.
I mean, all right. I thought this thing went
Tune in
off
now.
at like late.
Tune in
Sorry.
now.
All right.
No.
Let's go.
No.
No.
It's 7 p.m. ish is when
Folks,
I go out.
open this other browser and go to
Just-
Twitch
just-
right now.
yeah.
There you go.
Yay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just Tudor no. She's gonna be working on Grievous as he says, unhand me in his raspy voice. His hands doing
You guys
this.
want to see him? Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
do it.
Oh,
Do it.
yeah.
Again,
do it.
I don't think he's on right, but we'll figure that part out. But look,
Yeah, look at his
Oh,
hands.
nice.
Look at his
right?
He's gonna punch somebody. He's gonna
I'm
punch
so
somebody.
excited.
He's gonna
I'm
get
so
him.
excited. So that's it. Yay.
Yes.
Thank you, Brian.
So, shout outs to JoJo for always holding us down. Joseph, the man himself. Shout outs to Brian. You're fired, bro. I'm sorry to hear it. Last week, Brian quit the band. Now we're back together. Misunderstandings.
All right.
I'm sorry. You have to finish it. It's
All
a
right.
tenacious D issue. I'm sorry. Watch is here and he's in effect. Shout outs to Lone Fractal for stopping by and saying what's up. Shout outs to everybody who's watching this in the future. As always, please like our content because we work damn hard to bring it out to you and continue to bring it out to you. Comment on our episodes. If you just want me to give it a chance, the animals are leaving. You know what I mean? Just let us know. And we will address you and give you your props because thank you. We need all the content. We need all of the feedback. And lastly, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Tootie's Toys. Subscribe to Washcade. Because you have to know when the stuff comes out, right? You got to know, baby. With that being said, I want everybody to have a safe weekend. Go touch some grass. I don't care. I'm just talking. Touch grass, go outside, play video games. This is MOTN Live. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. My team hates me, and that's okay. MOTN.